Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. And after all the talk of these last several days, it turns out Censor was dropped from his team last night. As you might expect, drama kicked off as a result. Talking about his previous teammates, the man who is supposedly replacing him, lots of spicy stuff to dive into today. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do. Top this channel recently, people. And please do subscribe as well if you have not yet already. Firstly, a couple of things on the Halo side. Enable looking to team up for Anaheim, get some of these online cup things going on. Pretty sure right now he's one of the highest rated players in the entire game, at least ranked players in the entire title. So that's pretty impressive from Enable. Of course, well, Halo player a while ago, then Call of Duty Pro, retired after the Seattle Surge shambles, and well, even Slasher here in the replies. Just so your text, no, I can't make it. My bad, I know you really wanted to sit next to me on LAN again. Of course, Enable was on that 100 Thieves squads. They did quite good things in the Black Ops 4 days as well. But, I mean, still, Enable and Slasher potentially could team up for the Halo side. Slasher seems to be hinting all the time that, you know, Halo seems particularly exciting for a lot of these Call of Duty guys. But at the Anaheim event, I believe is in mid-February sometime. There's probably some CDL matches on at a similar time. So, you know, I guess that is what it is. But yeah, a lot of these guys looking to get into Halo to at least a different degree, because this also from Formal, right? We've seen the last couple of years that no one seems particularly willing to grind out, well, to grind 8s, for example, in Call of Duty. Like the 8 scene just completely disappeared. Whether there's even Pro 8s going on anymore in Call of Duty, who knows? But, and Formal certainly wasn't one playing them the last couple of titles, especially Cold War. Like, of course, he kind of got fed up with Call of Duty, and as a result, well, moved on from it, and now is competing on a pretty high level in Halo. Not yet seen which team he's going to be joining. We'll keep updated on that one for sure. But, as he says, let's make 8 a nightly thing to Optic Trippy. Like, Formal is, like, really keen to get back going again playing Halo 8, right? Which just, you know, worlds away from where the Call of Duty scene sits at the present time. But let's dive into this then. So we looked at a couple of nasty clips yesterday from Doug. Now, you know, really this whole coach drama kicks off to another level. So he was accused effectively last night of cheating, because the coach of the other team, the coach of Jimbo's team, would you believe, is actually, was seeing him do stuff like this and thinking, damn, this Doug guy, is something dodgy going on. Is he cheating? Is he using auto attack sprints? What's happening here? Like, this guy was out of control. Now, this, well, obviously reaches another level that we'll have a look at here in quite a second. But, well, he was obviously having a good time up against Jimbo's team. This clip especially, right, where literally at the start of this clip, he takes down Rambi at range, then he 180 spins on Jimbo in the back. I mean, it's pretty disgusting here on Tuscan. There's no doubt about it. Now, you know, would you believe in a few hours' time, he actually gets dropped from his team for Jimbo? And of course, well, he wasn't particularly happy about it. We'll have a look at some of the aftermath here in just a couple of seconds. But Doug so far seems to be doing pretty well. But every single year at some point, there's always going to be something in challenges which kicks off maybe unexpectedly, and Doug will get dropped from the team. Now, the reasoning for Doug getting dropped off the team is actually somewhat unclear. He didn't really, well, he tries to explain it in these clips I'm going to share for you guys in a couple of seconds, but he doesn't really understand it. He reckons he's way more talented than Jimbo, who has replaced him. No doubt Jimbo's a very good player as well, but it is interesting to hear Doug's perspective on this. Like, he reckons it as a teammate, he's way better. Like, he doesn't reckon he doesn't bring anything to the table that Jimbo does bring. So what would that be? It's interesting to say. Maybe they just got fed up with teaming with Doug as a teammate. I don't really know. But still, Zinx, Bracken, Proto, they're moving on, as Doug says right here. Free agent for the first Challengers Cup, which is coming up in maybe 13th or something in January. I don't know. A couple of weeks from now. Nothing but love for my brothers. I'm looking to scrim today, so let me know by DMing me, all that type of good stuff. So yes, Doug dropped from his roster, and well, he's looking for a new opportunity elsewhere. This I do think was kind of interesting, because it seems like Zinx and Censor still got on relatively well. As Aqua says, they got rid of the front line. Heartbroken, I miss my backline at Zinx, and I miss spawning in with you, Doug, but just because we aren't teaming anymore doesn't mean I'm going to stop pushing you or be there to help. So he says that's why we're going to be both back in the league. Now, of course, well, whether that's going to be the case, we shall see. Seems like these two guys still get on pretty well, but maybe some frustration, certainly, with well, the rest of his team. So I'll share a couple of clips for you guys here, because, well, very entertaining stuff from Doug Censor, as we have come to expect.
But, like, dropping me for Jimbo is straight up just disrespectful. Like, I have been shitting on that kid Jimbo every time I played him, in any tournament, in any scrim. Dude, yesterday, I literally, just go back and watch my VOD, every map. Highest score, most kills, least deaths, most hill time. World Star 180 turn on. Like, I haven't seen sub players and challengers pop multiple 5 pieces by running forward the way that I do it. So it's like, it's just that simple. He's not. So I was like, okay, so if it's a talent thing, I don't get it, because Jimbo isn't as talented as I am. Then you think about attitudes. I mean, I blow him out of the water when it comes to attitude. When it comes to, like, mental fortitude, I mean, he's just chalked. Like, like, he doesn't have anything that I have at all. So I don't know what it is, to be honest with you guys. He definitely can't bench press more than me, that's for sure. No, he definitely cannot bench press more than me. That's for sure. I don't know. It really is news to me, to be honest with you guys. Like, I played... Is it your toxicity? I don't have any toxicity synergy. I could promise you that. I am not a toxic person. Like, all three of my teammates... It's weird. All three of my teammates texted me after, and they're like, Doug, like, you're disgusting. I love playing with you. Great teammate, blah, 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 blah. All three of them. And then they dropped me for a guy that I'm literally turning on. About you, and I don't even know you like that. Like, all I've done is say nice things to you. Look at my DMs with you, and look what I say to you in game chats. It's nothing but love all the time. So if you're going to call me a disgrace, I'm going to shit on you. I'm going to turn on you. I am going to farm you. I am going to post Twitter clips against you. I'm not losing a map to you. And I'm going to let you know that you're a shitter and you need to retire and you're trash. And that's just how it is. That's just my mindset. I don't care if you're Jimbo. I don't care if you're Brack, and I love Brack. I don't care if you're Zinx. I don't care if you're Proto. I don't care if you're my teammate. I'm just a really, really competitive. Of course, Jimbo's going to be in a mid sprint. It's just an easy play. Retire, you wasted talent, bitch. Yeah, I meant that. I meant that when I said it, guys. And I still mean it to this day. I mean, that kid is a crazy man. Like, I think he's a talented player. And I'm not being toxic here, guys. I'm just keeping it 100. Like, I don't think people like to keep the... Yeah, that right there was toxic. I meant that. So if you want to call me toxic for that, go for it. This team... Dude, whoever I'm going to play with is going to be a good team animal, period. Whether it's the Zinx Brack Proto team or whoever the it is. I'm one of the best players on the planet. Whoever I play with is going to be lucky to play with me. And whoever I play with, best bully, I'm going to make sure they bring their A game every day. Period. Because I'm not here to lose, bro. I'm not here to lose. I'm not here to get second place. I'm only here for number one. So whoever I play with is going to be a winner, bro. That's how it's going to be. And I can confidently say after playing challengers on a competent team over these past few months, I am definitely better than all these without a doubt. And when LAN comes around, it'll be really evident too. And even in these real tournaments online, it'll still be evident. It's just a fact, bro. It's just a fact. All right. I dare you to play fully nude. I could get banned for that, bro.
So he's talking about getting disrespected by the rest of his roster and how he feels about this whole situation. You can understand why he'd be pretty frustrated. Now, I'm really taking this whole coach situation to the next level. This is what he tweeted out. Only in COD challenges can you fry a team so bad, the other team's coach DMs you on the side to ask if you're cheating and calling you a top 5 sub in the game, to 24 hours later being dropped because of that same coach. So he's kind of saying, look, this guy, Vinny, it seems like the coach of Jimbo's squad, was saying, well, you go, Doug, you cheating? Like, well, this guy, you're either cheating or you're a top 5 sub in the game. And then a few hours later, 24 hours later, basically what happened is it seems that Jimbo's coach in Vinny was going to talk into the rest of Doug's teammates on the side and saying, look, you should make some changes here, bring Jimbo into your roster, and get kick Doug out of there effectively. That seems to be what has gone through and happened. And so you guys might remember this, actually. I thought I'd just mention real quick from back in March. There was a clip that came out from Jimbo where he effectively got suspended from challenges for 3 months. That's kind of what Doug was hinting at, where he's a bit of a weird man effectively, where he was saying like he was a talented player, but an interesting guy, because he effectively threatened, I think it was Kismet or whatever, during this clip back in the March time, and at the time Challengers decided to effectively suspend him for, well, 3 months in the Challenger side, and therefore Decimate took his place. This was the squad that they were running with at the time. This, of course, even before Standy. I mean, all these guys are actually kind of interesting. All these guys have Decimate, Sib, Standy, and Dev Paddy are now in the league, right? Sib on Seattle, Standy on Minnesota, of course, he came in the middle of last year, and now Dev Paddy on the Florida Mutineers as well. Decimate, of course, on Paris Legion. So I'm kind of interesting to see how that one went, but this was kind of his explanation at the time. He basically said, if you're going to keep talking like that IRL, you're going to get shot in the head. Now, this is what he had to say. And, well, still, he says right here, he gives a nice excuse about how he was trying to translate it from French or something in his head, because English isn't his first language. Look, I don't know if people want to buy this or not. Maybe it's a reasonable excuse. But still, times have moved on. He's now on a decent roster anyway. But yes, he gets dropped from the team. Doug, obviously, not particularly happy about that as a result of it. The follow-up was pretty entertaining, saying that effectively it's disrespectful for the rest of his teammates to do this to him. What does that mean then for where Doug goes next? That, of course, is the big question mark. What roster is he going to join? There's always been this talk at the last couple of years about, like, Censor, Parasite. Could that be a nice duo? I'm sure he's going to find some sort of roster, but I think it is quite interesting for Doug because he's obviously a great asset potentially for an organization. Like, an organization would probably want to have Doug on the books, right? Because they can pay him some money, he can be a player for them, and he can bring in some revenue as a massive content creator, but also people are going to know who he is, right? It builds up reputation for the brand. He was on Pioneers quite recently, right, as the player, but then pretty much all the organizations in Challengers, decided to get out of there. So I think it'd be a great asset for a team in the CDL, but in Challengers, it's more difficult to see where the asset actually comes from, right? Because if you're just a team of 4 that don't have an organization, there's no necessarily reason to pick up Doug unless you think he is a great player. And I think he is a pretty solid player in this game, but there's not quite the draw if you're like a Challengers team, I guess, of like 3 guys looking to pick up a 4th that don't have an organization, as opposed to if there is an organization involved. But this I thought was kind of interesting, as Brat goes on to say, look, that's just fake news that this guy came to us, this Vinny guy, the coach, came to us and said we should drop you. I love you and all, but no coach had a say in the decision. I don't know where that came from. Good luck this season. I'll be peeping the streams. Kind of interesting to see how these guys seem to be kind of pally with Doug, but just a couple hours later, they dropped him from the roster. So it was kind of interesting stuff really down here in Challengers. Aye, bro, let me have my one day crying on the timeline. I just got dropped on my neck, he said. So very much clarifying that, yes, he was out of there. And, well, he's obviously looking for an opportunity elsewhere. And just to finish off with this, I thought was interesting, because people were still memeing on this T1 Iron guy for saying that, the league is certainly having closed doors. And I thought this is an interesting comment really here from Marky B. And, of course, Doug trying to make the most of this opportunity. The fact of the matter is, there's so many players the last couple of years, from Modern Warfare to now, that have come into this league and broken into the kind of like friendship league that some people describe it as. Doug Censor, of course, trying to be one of those guys, but I imagine his next opportunity is probably going to be on another Challengers roster as opposed to a CDL spot. But very much intrigued to your thoughts and all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit in a like button. Tell us the YouTube gods this is a good video. I just like you should see it as well. And I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you as always. Take care, and I will see you next time.